name is Kacper. Today I've been talking about the skeletal system, about Simon 1 A&P, and let's go. So first of all, we have the cranium here, which protects your brain. Other name for it is skull. The mandible is also known as the jawbone. This is the clavicle, also known as the collarbone. Clavicle. This part of the bone is the scapula. The sternum is here. The humerus is one of your biggest bones in your skeletal system. Your pelvis, pubis, the ulna is here, your radius is here. Yes, this is the carpals. This is your metacarpals. This is your phalanges. This is your patella. This is your ischium. This is your tibia, and this is your fibula. This is the biggest bone and the strongest bone in your body. And this is your tarsals, almost similar to your fingers. This is the metatarsals. And this is your phalanges. Also, I forgot about this. This is your vertebrae column, which we'll be talking about later. And oh yeah, and I forgot the biggest one, the ribs. Yeah. So now we're gonna do the appendicular and axial bones. So the axial are your main bones which protect your internal organs, such as your such as your kidneys, your heart, your brain, and stuff like that. Also, it creates the surface for the attachment for your muscles. And also, the appendicular is like your limbs, which helps you structure and movement. Also, it protects your clavicle, scapula, arms, pelvic bone, and legs, and it has 126 bones. So now we're going to be talking about the function of the skeleton. So the MSP movement means movement, support, protection, storage, and production. Movement is quite self-explanatory. The support function is to help structure your body, make your posture as straight as possible. The protection function is for making sure your vital organs don't get damaged. For example, the cranium protects your brain, and your ribs protect your lungs and heart. Production involves the bone marrow creating red blood cells which carry oxygen around the body, and storage involves your bones storing your calcium intake. I'm going to be doing the vertebral column. So this is the cervical, which has 7 bones. Now it's thoracic, which has 12 bones. This is the lumbar, and it has 5 bones. This is the sacrum, and it has 5 bones. Bones. And this is the coccyx, which has 4 bones. Now we're going to be talking about the types of joints. So the first joint is the synovial joint, which are movable joints, which include ball and socket joint, ball and socket, and a hinge. Also, there's another one called pivot joint and the candyloid. The pivot joint is up, down, and side to side movement, and the candyloid is base of the skull, or base of the skull are allowed to head to rotate. And and there's a saddle one, which is thumb is only part with the saddle, and the gliding from ulna to the wrist. Talking about the types of bones. The types of bone, there's a flat bone, like for example it's cranium. Long bone is, for example, humerus and your femur. These support weight and facilitate movement. Short bones, for example, your carpals and your tarsals, which are there. Irregular bones, for example, vertebrae and vertebrae in very complex shape. Sesamoid bones, example, patella, which is to do with your tendons, and yeah.